Every time it hits fucking 3, it goes away. Every time it hits,
it should be like
fucking
that.
3, it goes. Hey, folks,
it should be.
Thanks for joining us again, meeting us down here in the man cave. Even though the timer is fucked up right now, and I can't. It goes from 5, 4, 3, and then fucking done. I'm Chris. This is Scott right here.
Hello.
And, you know, that fucking timer keeps fucking us up, and I don't know what we're going to do about it.
I'm going to drop a little bit of I'm going to give you a little bit of an educational thing here, which the reason why that goes away, which, you know, here's the thing. Riverside.fm, which, by the way, if you're tired of Zoom messing up your video footage, we got the link down there. Click on that shit so it'll help Chris and I out a little bit. Chris, let's say we were making a movie right now. Like you and I are.
So you're talking about the count in, the 5, 4, 3.
You got it. Bingo. It should be silent at 2.
Don't you feel like there should be some sort of a fucking
beep?
No, like a tell me about it. Don't just do it. I'm fucked now because I'm waiting for the 2 and the 1, and I'm like, what's happening?
Well,
I'm not an actor.
That being
I don't
said,
fucking know.
That being said, thank you all for watching right now. This week's episode was about countdowns and why they exist. And really, yeah, Riverside is awesome, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just.
I agree. Why is it kind of fade away? I don't know. It should be on 2. It should be beep. Wait a minute.
But the thing for me is, as soon as it hits 3, it starts recording, and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I
shouldn't it be 2?
I just go with what's natural, which is how you're introducing this so far.
All right,
yeah,
it's all organic. I'm you know.
People, if you're still
I'm
watching,
fucked up and I'm pissed off. So
if they're still watching right now, they're going like, "Oh, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one." And you're damn right, it is gonna be a fucking good one, just like the other ones. Where the hell were you? But the other one, Scott, you and Chris were talking about cookies and shit. Well, that fucking stuff's awesome. I know. I like cookies. Everybody likes cookies.
Yeah,
we never did
Who
that
doesn't
video.
like cookies, right?
Unless you're over in England where they do biscuits. Oh, wow. See, Chris, I didn't tell you this. This is something that's probably new to you. The more I consume adult beverages,
yeah,
for some reason I spit out more.
Soup.
I at least in my head, I feel like I'm saying knowledgeable shit.
You're kidding, right?
Speaking of knowledge,
I told you the Scholar comes out, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the Scholar right here.
The Scholar, which if you're paying attention to at least the title, and I don't know how the fucking thumbnail is going to look right now, but I think we're going to fucking lay down some of the top 5 moments in the Halloween franchise. It sucked.
You're kidding, right? Oh, Lord.
Yep. Moments throughout the franchise, little scenes, little moments that just like, that shit don't make sense.
And this is all personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen.
It's educational, too.
Our sexpert Dorothy Black is joining me in studio, and today we're going to be chatting about premature ejaculation. Dorothy, nice to see you again.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you doing?
Good. How are
Excellent.
you?
I'm good.
So today we're talking about premature ejaculation.
Yes.
I love that. I love the hand gestures that come with it. Okay. So
Yes.
premature ejaculation.
Right.
How does it happen?
How does it happen? Well,
Well, I know how.
Oh, fuck, there we go again. I don't know what you're going to learn from this, people, but, you know, total speculation on our part, just stuff that rubs us the wrong way.
Speculations and educational. So if you're a fan of the Halloween franchise that knows your shit, well, you're going to get the fucking, I don't know. They're going to be educated.
Oh, man, you were going somewhere. Fuck.
No, because I realized, I
was on the edge of my seat. I was waiting for it.
You're about to be schooled.
Oh, there we go.
That's right. And if you think I'm wrong, well, that's where you just finally view our asses.
No.
Leave a message. Which, by the way, I failed to mention in our
Fucking school us.
That's right.
Turn around. Leave us a message. School us.
You know what? I'm going to start making sure that I remind myself out loud. And Chris, I would love it if you help me out. If you have any questions about what we're doing, if you have something that you want to ask us, I'm going to put it up here on the screen. There's our email address. Sure, I could put Instagram, but see, you guys can leave all these questions and all this. But if you go to that email, just leave a question there. You know what? I'm being an ass. Go ahead and leave it on Instagram too. Leave us a question there if you have anything you'd like to ask Chris and I about horror-related stuff. Or, Scott, Chris, why did you do this top 5 moments that sucked in Halloween?
Or Scott and Chris, why are you... What the fuck's wrong with you guys? Chris, why are you such a fucking dumbass? I'm okay with that. Come at me, bro. It's fine.
Or, Scott...
Keep it positive. We'll roll with it. Sorry.
What is the cure for herpes simplex 10?
If you can find the cure to that, you'll be a millionaire.
It's a problem that I don't want to talk about, but there is a problem I do want to discuss, and that's this top 5 Halloween moments that just simply sucked throughout the franchise. For, like you said, Chris, that's personal, right? You said this is something. Well,
this is personal. This is things that, when we watch them, really rubs us the wrong way.
Yeah. I mean, think of rug burns. It's
something
that bad.
Something that takes you out of the movie. Something that, you'll be watching the movie, you'll be into it, and then something will happen to where you're like,
yeah, come on, man. Who's ever directed the show? Dick some respect. Because that don't make no sense.
Come on. You could have done better than that.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. So Chris and I, we've got our top 5s, right? We already discussed it. We're not going to surprise one another because we didn't want to overlap. I'm going to burp, so let's... Hold on, I'm doing this. I'm going to do this live. There we go.
Me and my wife call that throat man when it's kind of right there and it doesn't come out, but it comes out in the most awkward forms, like when you're, I don't know, making out, whatever, and it just comes out and you're like... That was fucking throat, man. Fuck. I don't know what to tell you.
And this just tells me, God, it's been a long fucking time. So that being said,
there's a little man inside there that's really fucking with you.
Mrs. Torrance. We're going to go from like somewhat shitty to number 5 being somewhat shitty to number 1 being, this was just really? You couldn't put that on the editing floor? That part there?
Yeah. You could have left that out. You could have changed that. Yeah. You could have done whatever to it.
Halloween's not Avatar, people. Come on. You know what?
Yeah, no. John Carpenter or James Cameron?
Yeah. Oh, God. James Cameron doing Halloween.
Oh, no.
Ooh, that's cool. Oh, could you imagine the opening scene where you've had the typical Terminator, with that Arnold, skull, and with the half mask and the oh shit.
How about this? Could you imagine Michael with
a
red eye?
Snap.
Oh, what if he had a red eye coming out?
Oh, snap. Oh boy. We're on to something here, Chris. Yes, there's been all these ideas going around. Michael is the Terminator.
You know who would be out of a job? Tony Moran.
Oh, no, not Tony Moran.
He ain't got a red eye,
not Tony Moran. Mr. Tony Moran. You know what? I don't want to hear it. If you can't say something...
Angel Face himself.
If you can't say something fucking nice about assholes, then don't share any stories about them at all.
Yeah, let's not do it.
Yeah. So, Chris...
We're fucking around here. You want me to go in on number 5?
Yeah. Let's go with the congratulations of a new homeowner to the loser. There we go.
Fuck. Fuck. Which one's which?
You're the one. No, you know what? That's an inside joke. about the homeowner thing. There we go.
You'll have to watch the other episode.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, go with 5. Give him an idea.
All right, number 5. I hate to do it because we talked about it off screen, but it's going to have to be I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch. And you know what? I do enjoy the Rob Zombie Halloween, but when he delivered that line, standing in a fucking urinal, confronting a man who's almost 7 feet tall, that guy don't give a fuck what your name is or who you are. He wants your fucking coveralls. He wants to fucking kill you. He don't care what your fucking name is. He don't care if your name is fucking Joe Grizzly or fucking I don't know. He don't care.
You know,
he wants to kill you. Why deliver that line? That takes me out of the moment. It takes me out of the whole fucking movie. It's like that was just lazy writing to me.
Was that just something that was ad-libbed that they decided let's go with it?
Could be. But God damn it, Rob,
Joe,
do better.
I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
Just fucking, that was so over the top and so ridiculous that I was sitting there watching it and I was like,
And keep in mind, this is Chris's 5, so this is the one that doesn't bother him as much. I think it's because...
Yeah, this is just a small frowny face.
It starts off with Tom Sawyer's Rush, which I think a lot of you old school rock fans like myself, like, oh, yeah, you got it. But that, I'm Joe. Yeah, I get that. I get why. It's kind of like from a Myers fan's perspective, like, bitch, I don't fucking care who you are. I don't care if we're the Jeffersons, like you said. I want them coveralls.
Shut up. I don't care.
My number 5 may shock the shit out of, well, if you're listening or watching, which, by the way, if you're like Chris and you're up on a rooftop and you just don't have time to watch this, I've said it before. I'm going to say it proudly again. You can listen to this podcast on your favorite podcasting app, which I've noticed so far, Apple is still number 1 because I'm reading the analytics. Spotify, and actually, it's Apple, Amazon, and then Spotify.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. And the majority of you are still listening to us here in America. So, for an episode 2 weeks ago, when we were helping our good friend over in Germany, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? We were promoting the hell out of our good friend, Florin Linkus over there in Germany with that amazing OG45 mask, which is going to get me to my number 5. Because I'm going to actually say this, my first one that I thought was stupid, that sucked, that didn't make any sense, from the original John Carpenter's 1970 Halloween, the OG 45, get it?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've talked, like I said, Chris and I have already spoke about our list, so we didn't kind of, step on one another, but I know I've brought this up in the past with others. But this is something that, and maybe it's just because I'm not watching the so-called right YouTube videos, but Donald Pleasance, a.k.a. Dr. Loomis, when he walks out of the sanitary, that scene where he's just walking down the sidewalk there and he's talking to, Chris helped me out here, the other doctor there.
Dr. Wynn.
Dr. Wynn, they're docking and he's, I know there's people out there that live by the right lines and all that. But the point I'm getting to is when they show Dr. Loomis getting to his vehicle, if I remember, it was a Beamer. I don't know.
Volvo.
It might have been one, yeah.
Maybe it was Volva.
Volva. We know it wasn't a Porsche. Or it wasn't a fucking Lamborghini, that's for sure. But Loomis...
Do you know where the cervix
or
is?
69 Camaro, that's for sure.
He was looking for the cervix parking spot,
Yes.
but he found the Volva.
Found the Volva. Folks, do you guys ever notice that he was parked in a handicap spot?
I did not.
Seriously, if you watch that scene, and I'm trying to think, a part of me selfishly wants to share these scenes on the screen as I articulate my stuff with my hands here.
You know what that tells me? Dr. Loomis don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck.
He fucks on everybody. He fuck on you. He fucking shits on you. He'll piss on you. He don't give a fuck.
And John Carpenter, as we know, he don't give a fuck either. but he was somewhat intimidated with Donald Pleasance. And Donald Pleasance, as you stated, he don't give a fuck. So he's got to park there in the handicaps. So it makes me think, granted, we see and we understand why Dr. Loomis, Samuel Loomis, would have been handicapped after he was torched in Halloween 2, which now I'm thinking that would bother the fuck out of me there. That's a stupid scene. He was blown up, but I didn't add this to my list. But after that, you would be subsidized as a handicap individual. But this is 78, not 81.
Yeah, he was good then. After the events of, let's say in H4, he probably didn't give a single fuck about parking in handicap. But clearly in H1, he didn't give a fuck before.
Yeah.
He said, fuck you guys.
So there you go, folks. I know I always put Halloween 1 on a pedestal. So I'm starting with number 5. Either it's really be showing, I'm still putting up on a pedestal as Donald Pleasance, Dr. Samuel Lewis. He don't give a fuck. Parking in a handicap spot where his ass should have been fined. If you think I'm bullshitting you, I know you Halloween fans like, wait, but I'm going to go back and check that out. You'll see that I'm not bullshitting you.
With this in his rear view.
Yep, that's what he should have been doing to Myers in the first place.
Oh, God. All right, let's keep it rolling.
Number 4.
Number 4. I got to go back
You know what, Chris? Before you get into number 4 here, I got to ask you something here real quick. Hey, Chris, have you spotted any intelligent life forms out there lately?
On Earth?
Oh, that's just sad. I bet that emptiness has left you feeling hungry and unfulfilled.
I feel like you're setting me up.
Well, those days are long gone, my friend. All thanks to Meet Us in the Man Cave. That's Okaya UFO smashing potatoes. Not only will you feel completely full, and after enjoying a full bowl of Meet Us in the Man Cave, it's Okaya UFO smashing potatoes, your UFO senses will heighten from the smashing potatoes electrolytes. Artificial flavoring may help starving children and lazy adults. It's Okaya UFO Smashing Potatoes has a free See and Say special edition viewfinder that's assembled from the supplied potato box. You and your family will be finding UFOs constantly and never feeling alone again. Meet us in the man cave. It's Okaya Smashing Potatoes. That means something.
Fuck me.
Only available at Bubba.
I got to keep going on the zombie train here. But number 4 for me is going to be Zombies H2. He was the guy in the passenger seat. As soon as they hit that cow, and he just keeps repeating, fuck, 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 like for 30 fucking minutes. We did not need that. It did not need to happen. It was so fucking over the top. That should have been left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
There was no reason for all that.
It was overdone. I mean,
it was a cool scene because it was kind of jolted you into the reality of the scene, and then it was like Michael's wake up call. It was kind of cool in that retrospect. But
fucking hitting a cow from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A.
It didn't need to be drawn out as much as it was, and it was just exhausting. It was like, okay, go ahead. It was like by the point of it, or by the end of it, the point was to kill that guy. It was like you actually congratulated Michael for taking that piece of glass and cutting his fucking head off.
Yeah, and as you talk about that, it makes me think, okay, instead of obsessing over a guy that, was part of his chest was part of the dashboard, whatever. Okay, I get it. We could see visually that this is a bad situation.
It's bad, yeah. Yeah.
And like I said, you don't have to overdwell. Just like I know myself when I've been in situations where I was in a lot of pain, I wasn't going around, I was in shock. I think I was more speechless. But I think at that time, you could have had camera angle from the back end of the van where you're getting more of a visual on Michael rising instead of obsessing over fuck, mother, fuck. I'm thinking of, Clerks here. Fuck, mother, fuck. So if you're a Clerks fan, you get it.
I get it.
But you're absolutely right. That was just overkill over something that just doesn't seem realistic. But then again,
It's just pointless.
Yeah, I would have rather have seen little, a montage shots of Michael rising from the, kind
That
of
would've
like
been cool.
Evil Dead risings or something, just Michael, coming out of the bag. Because let's face it, that one shot, that wide shot of where Michael gets out of the van, he's got like the Wolverine weight. That's how I look at it. Because, he just was really fucking heavy. Wolverine, stocky, built, strong. Myers, built, stocky, strong. Not me, hey, strong.
Yeah, I get you.
Sorry, I was living off of what you're saying here, and you're fucking right. That's bullshit right there.
Yeah, it was just, man, you didn't have to beat us over the head with it. I get really mad when I'm in the audience and I get beat over the head with the same shit.
And at the meantime, I love that actor. He's great. He's great in everything he does.
He is great. I mean, in 31, holy shit.
He always
Love
plays
that dude.
And the sequel to it'll come to me later, so I should have shut up because I still can't think of the original name. So
I don't got it either. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, my number 4 will go to a Rob Zombie, and I'm not picking on Rob Zombie because as it sounds like I'm picking on Zombie. My pros on Rob Zombie Halloweens is as a whole, I've enjoyed the acting more in Rob Zombie Halloweens 2 or 1 and 2 than most of Halloween's kills and ends. But I'm going to go with 2007. And I just said kind of at the last minute, and I got to thinking about it more, and it's still, I'm like, go with your gut here. In 2007's Rob Zombies, when we have Linda, I'm glad I remembered, and Bob go to the Myers house. They go out of the van. Now, I know there's multiple versions of this film, but I think as a whole, we all know we see the scene, we watch the scene where Bob and Lindsay gets out of the van to go inside the house where they obviously do their thing, if you know what I mean. Hell, even I still can remember. But we're not getting any different. This is what I'm using as from behind the camera, from a lighting perspective, from an editorial perspective. As the camera pans up to the balcony where we see Tyler Maine, a.k.a. Michael Myers, standing there, it's not all of a sudden darker up there. The lighting is the same from up above. So it just basically shows that teenagers are still stupid as hell. So I'm standing up for teenagers right now. They did not see this, 6'10" Michael Myers standing above them. I'm like, come on, man. Are we that stupid? Are teenagers that stupid? Or the traditional Meyer fan, are we that stupid? I mean, I get it. It's a cool shot. But at the same time, as much as people watch their TikToks and their YouTube shorts, we see the reality of people would have seen that shit.
Yeah. Unless they thought it was like a Spirit Halloween animatronic.
You know what? You just trumped me there. Sorry for you. You're right. It could have been a Spirit.
Maybe that's like a Nick Mulpagano Spirit Halloween animatronic.
You know what? You proved me wrong. You're right. That could have been, because it is at the Myers house. It could have been. Okay, now I feel like a complete dumbass. You know what?
Oh, shit. They thought, oh, that's cool.
That's good.
Let's go fucking look at that.
That's good. That's a fucking sick place to put a prop at a Myers house, but I think it's brilliant at the same. You know what, Chris? That's brilliant. That would have been a perfect. You know what? I'm shut the fuck up on number 4.
We're on 3, right?
Yep.
Let's keep the zombie train rolling because I don't. Let's be fair here. We're not trying to shit on zombie. We actually like zombie movies compared to the trilogy that we have chose to exclude Halloween Ends as a whole because we have so many problems with that movie.
Yeah. I did watch the second Rob Zombie 2 recently, and I found myself, I'd rather watch that than Ends.
Let us preface that for all the zombie fans, because Ends excluded, like,
yes,
we're just trying to find little things that took us out of the movie. We're not going to pick on on David Gordon Green's trilogy. We're really trying not to.
I just said ends. Well, we'll see.
Right. But
well, at least from my end. Sorry.
I just wanted to preface that because I'm going to go into another zombie film, and it's just something that I had an issue with that I wish he would have went another route, which is zombie or sorry, I'm reading my thing now, but Michael in zombies H1, his killing of animals. And torture of animals. I'm fully aware that, Michael killed a dog to eat it. I'm fully aware of the origins of that. But, I mean, that was a necessity of eating. He was, in his animal mind state. I get it. Yeah, I'm against it, but just being an animal lover that I am. But in zombies, it was like there was no point. It was just torture of the animals. It was seeing how an animal reacts. It was, the Polaroids that they pulled out of his locker. It was trying to add a backstory to Michael that we just did not need. I thought that was overuse, and I didn't like the fact that he tortures animals. I don't care if Zombie was using, other psychopaths or whatever as inspiration. It just doesn't work for me. Michael is not that for me. Michael is an entity. He's pure evil. He's not a human that is a psychopath to me.
We have to have filters. We have to know when to stop. I know Netflix had a hit with that Jeffrey Dahmer thing.
Yeah.
And I think as a whole, the world is just yes, there's other sick motherfuckers that's existed through time, but Jeffrey Dahmer really has a certain spot where we are like, oh, let's don't touch that, because it's like referencing, okay, when you see there's signs of a serial killer when they start showing that a serial killer, like you more or less, they start killing animals.
Yeah.
And I think, yes, they could have gone, I agree, they could have gone to a different direction. I feel that they could have even avoided in Halloween 1 having him. I mean, I get it to survive, but come on. We all know, how the fuck did Michael learn how to drive? Well, Michael could have fucking went through McDonald's to get his goddamn dinner before he killed the dog.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did have drive-thrus back then. I was checking myself. So there we go. I'm gonna back you up on that and say, you know what? They didn't even need that shit in number 1. Michael could have went to the fucking drive-thru and got him a goddamn Big Mac and leave the dogs and cats and raccoons alone.
Yeah, that's just a personal thing for me.
And a lot of people feel that way, Chris. I think people love their dogs more than they do their own kids.
I love my dogs more than
humans. We gotta watch it because all our kids are around.
I mean,
Zach got his pizza and ice cream, so that shows some love right there. So other people are like, ooh, that's bad. That's too much. Hey, it was one of my things as a kid. I love my pizza and ice cream. Now, he didn't have it at the same time, folks. Never mind.
You know what? A pizza ice cream.
Look at me. I know that shit.
I mean, what if we just skip all the stops and we just
some hot fudge,
sandwich them together?
Yeah.
They're all going to the same place anyways.
That's right. And I'm going to bitch about it later regardless. I have to watch my intake of ice cream because that lactose. I don't have it as bad as I used to, but I used to have, anytime I'd have too much dairy, like, oh fuck, it's the end of the world. See, there you go, Michael. You could have killed someone like myself with lactose, with milk, with dairy. So yeah,
you know what?
I'm gonna back Chris up on that. They could have done something else, like, ooh, what was that? When they were showing this dead animal on the floor, it could have been a human skull. We'd have been like, yeah.
But then that would have turned Michael into a cannibal.
Fuck that. Like, yeah, I would have rather had that. I would have rather have had, or we could have we can't change the past. We just can't. But I do say, you know what? I get, damn it. It's just what happens when you lose shit.
Oh, fuck. He's out, folks.
Yeah, once again. But you're not
Shit.
supposed to know that because this is a brand new video. Wearing the same shirt as I wore last week. I do my laundry a lot. Promoting.
Oh, I'm a joke.
What the fuck was that? Was that 3 or 4?
That was 3 for me. I think it's 3 for you, right?
Oh, shit. Okay. Yes. I'm going to step out of the zombie realm for a moment because there was something that's annoyed me since it came out.
Thank God, because I felt bad.
When Halloween 5 came out, I was so fucking annoyed by Tina. I could not stand that character. Why was she the survivor? Why didn't Michael? I know that doesn't really sum it up to a certain scene. I have nothing against the actress. It was just how it was portrayed. And I just was so annoyed by Tina. Oh my God. Yeah. I think that's probably why I'm not a fan of Halloween 5.
So just Tina overall?
Oh yeah.
Or like anything specific?
Everything about her.
Because for me, it's fucking... Oh
God, yeah.
Oh
yeah, that's her persona, her montage of why I fucking hated her in that movie. Okay, I've seen worse acting out of a lot of shit that I've seen than what she's. But we're gonna get in another subject on another video, and it has the top 5 songs that you just, if you never have to live another moment in your life hearing that fucking song, that's the same thing about her in that movie. It's like, oh God, okay,
so just the whole fucking character.
I despised her. Yeah, I mean,
you know, I kind of, towards the end when she was laying there in the grass,
should have killed her earlier.
Really? Because I kind of felt, when she was like yelling to run.
Who did she replace in that film, more or less?
Rachel.
Okay. Rachel that got killed by supposedly scissors right there. I mean, come on.
I can't.
Okay, I guess it kind of relates to it. See, I would have rather have had Rachel continued on, her survive. Why didn't they have Tina? I feel like I fucked up my audio there.
So would I. I'll always be mad about Rachel dying.
Yeah, to me, she was the number one. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. She would have been in the top 3 number 1 survivors if she would have survived.
She was likable. She was, a fair actress. She was attractive. I mean, she had plenty going for her.
I just liked her character more. I liked where it should have gone. And it would have also helped out the Jamie Lloyd situation.
And it would have. Instead of having her, and try to protect her, if she had her actual...
Being said, since we're going on to number 2, I want to bring up some speculations, possibly some educational stuff, but I've got to lean more towards speculations. I've heard that the Halloween franchise may be on the market again. In other words, Blumhouse or Universal may be selling, which is a good thing for Halloween fans.
That's a good thing then. Okay.
So therefore, with a lot of fans talking about, why don't we get some reboot of the 4 or 5 or 6? We have to find out what fits best. I know a lot of people, let's take the 6th, the original script for that and go with it. But does it exist? I don't know. Does it still exist? Is it still marketable? Will it be, could it sell? In other words,
maybe we'll get Daniel Ferentz on here.
It's just, how we get Daniel, by watching us, by us doing a good job, by entertaining you, by getting enough views to where we could reach out to individuals that we could get on here to have as a guest. In other words, I'm saying, Scott, get your shit together and start making that happen. Well, my point of it is, like I'm trying to say, there's been speculations. I don't know if these are facts or not, but apparently, Chris, you know all about selling stuff here lately, right? Well, so supposedly the Halloween franchise is up on the market. I don't know if this is true because let's face it. I've been a Van Halen fan. I've had to live off the speculations half their tenure. So let's keep our fingers crossed, especially for someone my age, because that means there will possibly be another Halloween film within the next 8 to 10 years.
I feel like we're going to see a Freddy or a Jason before then.
There's been talks of Freddy coming back. And of course, what's going on with Crystal Lake? But if they were fucking smart, whoever does buy Halloween, if it's a big production, they know where the money's at.
Right.
They looked at the last trilogy. All they had to do was sell it, one movie, put it on cruise control. I'm not saying go there, but it made a shitload of money for those people.
Bet your ass it did.
So I guess we're on two, Chris.
We're on two. Two for me pulls me right out of the fucking movie, and the movie's kind of fucking trash anyways. So that's saying a lot. Is fucking Michael going from being hung by his foot to fucking somehow doing a fucking 180 and catching a woman that weighs probably about 150, 160 pounds. I don't know. Catching her, stabbing her in the fucking back.
135.
135? Shit. In her tits.
I'm talking Hollywood, and I'm talking about Hollywood weight here.
All right. Well, catching her, stabbing her in the fucking back, and holding on with 2 fucking fingers. That, to me, took me right out of the fucking movie. I know Michael's supernatural. He's fucking evil, whatever.
Well,
but this, doing that while, like, doing a complete 180 in the fucking air from being hung upside down, totally unfucking reasonable. And then you have the whole fact that we're saying goodbye to a legacy character.
Yeah.
We're saying goodbye to Laurie Strode. And that's it. Like, he stabs her in the fucking back. She kisses him on the fucking mask. And then he lets her go and she falls into the woods. And then we're supposed to move on. Fucking never going to happen. That's a tough pill to swallow right there. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about that, I mean, it's just, it takes me right out of the movie. It doesn't, you can't just end cap it to the point where Jamie Lee was mad because she didn't get to kill Michael in age 20. And that's the whole reason she agreed to do it, was so she would get to kill Michael. She's been on record about this. She wanted to kill Michael in that movie, age 20. She didn't get to. They rewrote it, and they wrote it back into where he chopped off, or he put his mask on someone else's head, and she chopped off the EMT's head. And so she was so mad that she didn't want to do Resurrection. So now they're stumbling. They're trying to find a story and everything else. So they kill her off in the first fucking 20 minutes.
As you say that, and I hope that my memory is serving me right in this, in other words, I'm having a goldfish memory right now. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, as a actress that became a producer, that she should have known fucking better. Yeah. She should have known fucking better. She gives all of her credit due. If it wasn't for Halloween, for John Carpenter and Deborah Hill, she wouldn't be where she's at right now. Therefore, Hollywood is going to produce more films. She already knew that Halloween was a franchise. Mm-hmm. And she knew goddamn good and well after H2O that was okay. So they didn't make it a book, a beginning, a middle, and an end. They didn't do that. So they went ahead and offered her this anyways for Resurrection. So you know what? Jamie Lee Curtis, fuck you on that. Seriously. I mean, I'm not trying to sound disrespectful, but you are a producer, an exec producer that's out to make money on a franchise as a production for more films to be involved. So you should have known better. You should have known.
Fuck, if I may be honest, fuck her on a lot of shit. The
I
shit
can't
she's said to, like, Halloween fans, like, you're not good parents for letting your children watch Halloween. Fuck her for that.
Yeah. By the way, I love her husband, Christopher Guest. One of my
Just
favorite all-time
some
directors.
situations.
So
I mean,
she out there.
you know, she wanted to be the picture of female
Scream.
heroism.
Yeah.
You know, she wanted to be the female hero, and so many of us, she was. She didn't need to push the envelope to where she's trying to push it.
Yeah.
She didn't need to be the one to kill the Michael. She didn't need to be the one. She was a survivor. She was the final girl. She was the person that we wanted her to be. She did not need to be all this other shit. She could have let it. She could have let it be. She didn't need to push all the shit she does.
I think for me is a part of me wants to always have respect for Jamie Lee Curtis for saying Halloween is what it is, being respectful in a sense about the Halloween, at least the first one. But it's almost, it goes to that, never meet your heroes sort of thing. And I don't know. This is, I guess, where I'm saying, you know what? Yeah, fuck you, but at the same time, just let it. It is. I don't know.
You know what? She gets to the point where it's patronism. She patrons all of us.
Yes,
because she knows we need to get our ass in the seats, and she tells us what we want to hear.
Yeah.
But behind our backs, it feels like she's saying something completely different.
Jamie Lee Curtis, I'm going to sum it up to this. Okay, maybe I was a little rude about that. Thank you for what you have brought to us in the beginning. Thank you for some other great films that you're involved with. But let's just leave it at that.
Yeah,
I just leave it at that, because I feel like I'm like you, Chris. There's some things that I'm just going to leave it at that.
That's fair.
Yeah, for her, I agree with you and everybody else that's kind of had some, I don't know. It's like, be careful when you meet your heroes type of vibe sort of thing with her.
Yeah, because it was a stepping stone for her.
Yeah. But she was, if it wasn't for what she had contributed from even after Halloween, we wouldn't have had what we've had throughout the years.
You know what? I think Janet Leigh. That's what I'll do.
Yeah. Oh, God. Folks, if you really want to get some, especially younger generations, if you're watching or listening right now, I highly recommend that you go watch some Alfred Hitchcock films.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, John Carpenter will praise them, but I'm telling you what, if you want to become a filmmaker yourself, if you even like YouTube stuff, go watch John Carpenter's, John Carpenter, but go watch Alfred Hitchcock's. He did a lot of original stuff.
If you're a student, you have to.
It's like even George Lucas. He did some of the simplest stuff that was so like, whoa. They didn't spend a lot of money on special effects. They did something that a lot of people they take for granted today, but they would do shots that I don't see in a lot of films. A camera from hanging from the ceiling, and you're getting a point of view of somebody walking up the steps, and you get a killer coming in, and there's just little things that Alfred Hitchcock did, and the way he would write stories and direct. I'm telling you, go check out The Master, The Birds.
If we had a Hitchcock or a Kubrick, holy shit!
Oh God, stop! Oh. Stanley Kubrick,
we would have a whole different landscape in film.
God, that guy was he's the king. I love Quentin Tarantino, but Stanley, he's above
I could watch The Shining and find something different every time.
He's the only man that could take one of the most boringest films, 2001, and make it interesting.
Fucking 2001. The stuff he was doing, that rotating fucking walking scene, nobody was doing that type of shit.
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork, yeah.
But The Shining, yes, is... I know we're going off subject here, but Stanley is the king. That was
his opus, man.
I put Quentin here, Stanley here. Those are the... let's put it this way. I'm barely reaching kindergarten level compared to Stanley's intelligence when it comes to filmmaking.
Oh Jesus!
He was a brilliant. Oh God, yeah. There you go.
I don't know how we got there with.
I don't know either. But
I don't know how, this.
I think it's because I forgot my number 2.
Fuck it, man.
What is my number 2? I honestly, I have forgotten my number 2 at this point. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go beat up Rob Zombie again.
Oh shit! That's like your whole list.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Rob Zombie again. I'm sorry, Rob. Okay, I really am because I love Redneck Zombies and all that, or not Redneck Zombies, folks. I butchered that, but it's a B movie I'm gonna talk about here eventually. Chris doesn't know what it is, but I'm thinking of the. Fuck it. Let me get to number 2 here. Folks, we all know we had Dag from Zombies 2007. The little boy, the young Michael Myers, which is what you've talked about, Chris, with the whole animal abusiveness and all that we were presented more or less, I should say, with the direction that Rob was going with, the way I wanted to go with Jeffrey Dahmer. When it's like they wanted to revisit, okay, this is what makes a serial killer. They destroyed animals, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you guys got an image of Dag. Let's be more kind. He's flipping corns before he decides to kill his sister. His, asshole would have been a possibly stepfather. But then we go to 2009, which I have kind of mixed ordeals, with the white horse and all that. But what really bothered me from when I think back when I first watched 2009. Yes, I get it. Dag is taller. He's older. It just didn't look right. He's just more mature looking. I get that behind the scenes. But correct me if I'm wrong. But Michael Myers had this thing about wearing masks. Even as Dag was getting a little bit older as his time rotting in a prison cell or a sanitarium.
You better believe it. About 100 of them.
Yes. So why in the fuck did they just have the actor wear a mask the whole time? I know these were, either Rob Zombies being pissed off at the production that was being handed because they couldn't make up their fucking mind every 5 minutes on how the movie was being created. So this was his way of getting back to them. But come on, respect the fucking fans that are actually putting money into your pocket. Show Dick some respect. Put a mask over that actor. Instead of like, we're already getting this, the white horse and all that. We're already getting these trippy scenes like we should be taking acid while we're watching. Friday the 13th, Part 3, you were told to wear your 3D glasses. And Rob Zombies 2, they didn't inform us that we should be tripping on acid as we're watching most parts of the scene. Mm-hmm. So, Rob, once again, I know you were pissed off at the producers, but show some fucking respect to the fans and do what you should have done is put a goddamn mask over the actor that was playing Michael Myers. That way it would have looked too like, huh? Boy, I better have a good one for my number 1 at this point because the more I think about that, really did piss me off.
And you know what? If I could elaborate on that, fucking Nights in White and Satin, I fucking love that song. That fit that moment so great. And if the whole movie, if H2 could have been the hospital, the very first 20 minutes of H2, he would have had a fucking phenomenal movie, I think. If he could have went down that rabbit hole a little bit further, but he made it a dream sequence. He gave us what we wanted in the first 20 minutes. He gave us what we wanted in a dream sequence in the first 20 minutes, and then it was okay, here's a fucking horse for you.
Yeah.
And then it was where are we? And I was so fucking hyped for that movie. When I saw in the trailer when he fucking took that, I don't know, I think it was a Geo or a fucking Ford Pinto, I forget, and he fucking flipped that car.
Geo.
Oh my God, I was fucking hyped. I was like, dude, he just picked up the fucking car. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the Myers we're getting. And then we got fucking that. Yeah, disappointing as fuck.
It's so funny because, like I stated earlier, I I would rather watch Rob Zombies 1 and 2 than I would, let's say, Kills and Ends. I could tolerate 2018. I guess I could tolerate Kills a little bit. But
I can tolerate Kills.
especially when you pointed it out to me, Chris, the old, which I didn't in the theater with
fuck.
where the town,
That
all
bitch.
12 of them with the iron in her hand. Sorry.
That bitch was showing up to fucking Iron Michael's coveralls.
Come on, motherfucker. I see a crease in that.
I said, Scott, did you see that bitch with the iron?
I didn't. I was like, holy shit. And the thing of it is, Chris, to give credit's due, for the longest time, I didn't hear anybody else point that out.
Fucking hilarious.
It is. It's hysterical. So in a sense, big props to David Gordon Green on that. That was awesome. That
is so fucking. I don't understand how he didn't get so much fucking hate for that.
Yeah,
because
to me
he
it's-
had that woman show up with an ironing.
to me, that made me think of something that the Wayans brothers would have done or something like that shit, and their horror goofs and all, or spoofs.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Everybody else had guns, bats. No, that bitch showed up with an iron. Like you better be aware of creases, Michael. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Number 2 should have been my number 1, because my number 1, I forgot, or what I'm thinking of right now that has to be number 1. I just don't want to forget about it, so I'm trying to keep it in memory, because your number 1's up, Al, technically.
My number 1 is always going to be, it's because I love the movie so much and I watch it so often that it takes me out of the movie every time I hear it.
9 to 5? Oh, sorry.
Is that Melanie Griffith?
No, it's Dolly Parton and Jane Fonda and Lynn. Oh my God, she's one of the. What's your number 1 again?
My number 1 is definitely Bob pulling up to the house and getting out of the car with Linda, and he
78, right? 78. Okay.
Age 78. I had to, because I watched that movie so much. It's something that always takes me out of the movie. I always hear it and I cringe. Bob says how he's going to tear Lindsay's clothes off. And I think the line he was supposed to deliver is Annie. Lindsay was a little fucking girl.
Or Linda.
And every time I'm
Linda.
like, oh my God.
Yeah. Linda was who he's supposed to. PJ Souls.
Was he? Because Linda was with him, I thought.
Yeah. Are you saying Lindsay?
I think he was saying, let's invite Annie over and let's tear her clothes off.
Sorry. I'm butchering
So-
it. My bad.
No, you're good. But it's just one of those things where I feel like, they could have caught that post-production and definitely been like, oh shit, guys, we messed that up. We need to take that out.
I think it's
But they left it in.
now that I think about it, as we all know as Halloween fans, when you look at the house that they were going to, right, from the outside,
Yeah.
and then of course when we get inside, which it's done so many times in Hollywood magic, where they go inside and all of a sudden, and now it has like an additional part of the house, but from when you look at it from the outside, it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? That's what they had in that ordeal right there.
Yeah, I mentioned he had like they had a list of names going. They didn't know which girl was applied to which name and stuff like that. So he was, there's no ill intent behind it. It's just something that takes me out of the movie. I'm
Sounds
like,
like
oh God,
sounds like a fucking predator.
I know. It ruins it for me. That's my number 1.
My number 1 really doesn't bother me as much as the last one, so I kind of fucked it up here. But still, for all of you individuals out there that love John Wick films, that are traditional gun enthusiasts, for all of you individuals, oh, I see you waving.
That's me.
Oh, I thought it was like a note for me to say, Scott, you look like you have to go take a piss, because I do.
Oh, no, that's me.
Oh,
You're
okay.
talking to me.
Michael Myers, as we all know, is pretty much the boogeyman, the shape, a serial killer. Why did they pussy him out all of a sudden in Halloween 4 Well, he's got a shotgun. Is that the proper name for this gun? So I don't want to fuck this up. Or, a shotgun in general. No, instead of...
the great, or what's his name?
It's not a revolver, right?
Grady? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has it, and then Michael takes it from him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Michael, basically, in general, whenever he has a gun, and obviously it was shown more in Halloween 4, he didn't use it as a gun. He used it more as if it was all of a sudden, it's a fucking knife, or it's something that you would never use a gun for.
You know what?
He pierces. I just don't get it.
I don't think that he wanted to mess up her top half.
There is that matter, and I respect
they were works
that.
of art.
Because back in the time, us guys, we got to see all you sensitive little boys this day and age. You don't get to see that because they're trying to be more, balanced by not showing nudity on the screen. In fact, they're probably showing more dick than they are tits this day and age.
Fuck.
But hey, I know I went there, but I'm just, I'm tired of always watch what you say. No. That's part of the problem this day and age.
Yeah. We're trying, but
fuck
maybe
your woke crap.
Maybe
Okay.
there needs to come a point where we need to just let it fly.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't want to mess her tits up. They were
There
works
you go.
of art.
So I've just, it is what it is, folks. If you don't like what I have to say, then just wait till the next video to bitch me out. So,
I mean, how many guys were sitting there when she took off that by the book? Cops do it by the book.
yeah.
How many guys were sitting there and were like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
It was no more, fuck off, Wade. It's no more of that shit.
And the way I think of it, he put a big hole through her anyways when he, like, come on, man.
But her tits were unscathed.
I still,
It was a work of art.
I'm looking out for where I butchered. What was it that I was said? Because I was stuck on the 4th of July, the 4th Amendments when we were talking about the Second Amendments.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just thinking of the Second Amendments out there. I mean, granted, I don't want guns to be in the wrong hands. Oh, dear Lord, I almost knocked over my glass. I'm just saying, Michael, come on, man, grow a pair and pull the trigger. For once, it would have been like, oh, snap.
The gun enthusiast in me, because when he kind of deflected it from, is it Brady or is it Brady?
I think so.
Brady or Grady? I can't never remember. I think
Grady?
it's Brady.
Yeah.
When he deflected it, I couldn't tell if it was one shot or if it was two shot. If it was the hammer hit two shells or if it only hit one shell. When he fired it, because there's normally on a double barrel shotgun, which is what that was. There's normally two hammers. You have to cock both hammers. I don't know when it fired, if it only fired the left barrel or the right barrel, or if it fired both.
I don't know.
Because if it fired when he deflected it, if it fired both barrels, then he was out of shells and he couldn't use it if he wanted to, unless Michael wanted to reload it.
Oh, so that just butchers my number one. That was probably number two in the first. Michael, you were right. You just took that damn thing and...
I don't know, but it's movie magic.
And you know what? I guess that just proves that Michael is kind of like John Wick. When John Wick, when this weapon's no longer any good, he still uses it in a defensive way by throwing it at his head. Like, oh shit, I'm out of bullets. Okay, boom, I'll throw it at your head. Well, Michael realized
Michael was ahead of his time.
he did the math on this shotgun. Okay, it only has so many shells. Okay, for you Batman fans out there, the Heath Ledgers out there, when he knew exactly how much was left in that sawed-off shotgun, is that right? In other words, the guy, his partner, how many was that? Was that, the bank scene in early, I forget which one. So Heath Ledger knew that there was actually one more.
Yeah, and he told
Michael
him to
was
stand
just
up.
like that. See, the Joker, Batman, the evil, they know math. And they know how to use their weapons. So, see, I really fucked up my number one.
I'm math good.
So there you go, folks. I have no business doing top fives of scenes of Halloween that suck because I wasn't paying attention to either math or
I can't recall.
Or
I'd have to watch the movie. I can't recall. Playing the
it,
devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I thought I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of putting Halloween up on the pedestal, the original one. So we thought, let's talk about the ones that were just like, that don't make sense. And throughout the years, certain scenes that I shared just didn't make sense. And then Chris reminded me that, you know what? Like the gun. Okay. Michael's kind of like John Wick and Joker. He's good. And the other one that I fucked up on. Oh, the balcony. When you pointed out that could have been.
I think everybody knows we're joking at that point.
I guess my
Nick
point.
Molpagano was not on set.
Yeah. I guess my point of it is, Chris and I try to find a way to balance this out. We know that the majority of you that come back to this amazing young channel, you want to hear some Myers shit. Well, we're giving you the good and the bad. And why I should not be doing Myers stuff unless it's an unboxing.
And you know what? It's not cut out. We're not going to censor ourselves, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
You get what you get. And you don't throw a fit.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have any sensitive individuals coming knocking out my door. I can't believe you said that. Yeah, sorry. I guess this is that part of me that says, yeah, if I could go back to the 80s or whatever, I would. Well, sorry. I'm tired of being sensitive.
Yeah.
Unless it's tissues. I like sensitive tissues. So, is that it for you, Chris? Did we get a job avoiding the last trilogy, of not picking on it?
I think we did fine. I think we gave Zombie a little bit of a...
Yeah.
And if you can watch that movie and not find some issues with his writing choices, then God damn it, bless your heart. Bless your heart. You're just a special specimen, because that writing is rough.
And I do enjoy the scenery in Rob Zombie's films. I do that. I will admit that. As time goes by, I've become more of a Taylor Scout Compton fan.
I love Scout.
I've always enjoyed Tyler Mane. And, oh my God, dear Lord, he is one of the best underrated actors of all times. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Of course, a lot of you out there know him more as the voice for Chucky.
Oh, God.
Folks, I'm tired and I'm butchering the fuck out of names right now. I'll put it up there on the screen. Even if it's funny, when I've mentioned it before with One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, I had some people that said something to me either through Instagram or it might have been YouTube. They didn't even know he was in that film. Yeah, he was. He had a stuttering. He was amazing in that film. But yeah, Chris and I, we were trying to avoid the same old. What did
Sheriff Brackett and fucking.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That scene in H2, just when they started showing
Daniel Harris.
Daniel Harris and pictures of her past and stuff like that. That hit me hard. I started welling up like I was about to cry. That was so much more effective than like Halloween 2, the original.
Yeah.
I mean, where he like pulls back her curtain, or not curtain, but her blanket, and then that's pretty much like his reaction.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie knocked that out of the fucking park.
But to give credit to Halloween in 1981, they didn't they had so much good material, I think, and I'm talking out of my ass here. They had to make things simple in every scene. It's like do. Like I said, I could be talking out of my ass right now. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, Rob Zombie knew what he had right there.
God damn, was that so effective?
Yeah.
Man. That
so
fucking, like, when you're watching a movie, you have things that pull you out of it, and you have things that suck you fucking right down into it. And that scene sucked me so far into that movie, I was invested.
Well, and also I forgot too, in 1981, that was the first time we were ever introduced to Dana Carvey. So that's why that scene was kind of flat there too.
Yeah, fair enough.
So there you go, folks. We didn't mention 2018, right?
No.
We didn't mention how we were all annoyed by the fucking closet scene.
I don't. Yeah. We've yeah.
We did a good job of not reminding you in kills. Gee, what possibly happens?
No. Fast forward.
Okay. And we didn't talk about a lot of bullshit and ends.
No.
So, I know someday we're going to have possibly individuals on here that are fans of that franchise. And I welcome you to not feel ashamed of that.
Mm-mm.
But as of right now, as an old fart, it's not my Halloween.
Everybody's eyes, ears, everything's different. You know, they may love it, and I encourage them to talk about it.
Well, Chris, you got anything else?
Nope.
Well, if you're still watching, if you're still listening to us on your favorite podcast, of course, you're on YouTube, I do want to add, if you have any questions that you would like to ask for Chris and I, please, over there on Instagram, on Meet Us in the Man Cave, you can hit that instant messenger right there and ask some question there. Or email us. It's simple. Meet us in the man cave at Gmail. I'm not going to pay for a fucking .com. It's Gmail. We're on TikTok now, believe it or not. I'm trying to do whatever I can to promote the hell out of this. Very small, but it'll get there. It'll get there. If I lose weight and grow some tits, will you guys start watching us more?
Fuck. I'll watch.
Okay. So,
as long as you do it by the book.
So far,
sure.
I'm growing tits, but not losing weight. So we're halfway there. I can't think of anything else other than my top 5 of songs I absolutely despise. So if you love music, I guess we're going to attack that in the next episode. But it's going to be songs that I don't like. If I never have to hear those songs again.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm dead serious about it. As someone who used to be a DJ, or for all of you listeners out there that's stuck in a department store, and that song that you fucking hate's playing. I'm not talking Menards. If you're like, what the fuck is Menards? Don't worry about it. I won't bring that into my list.
I love Menards.
But you know what I'm talking about when you're in Menards, Chris. What do they play? Oh, shit. It's going to be stuck in your head now.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
Definitely understand.
That being said, I hope you're subscribing, licking and sniffing and scratching that notification bell. That way it'll notify you the next time our asses are clean and ready to be viewed more. And, of course, download them damn episodes.
Folks, just hit that fucking button, please. Hit that subscribe button. Just do it. Just fucking hit it.
Okay.
It ain't going to hurt you. And then we'll keep you entertained.
Yeah, it's not like I ask you that, or we don't ask you that shit in the beginning. I hate that. The video's been on for 5 seconds. Oh, make sure that you subscribe. Well, dude, what the fuck am I watching here first?
Yeah. Maybe that's their problem. Maybe we wait till the end, and then it's like...
When no one's watching?
Yeah, they've already fucking clicked off of it. Maybe
then again, if they didn't know to subscribe before then I didn't... No, they don't need to be here anyways.
Yeah,
oh, snap. I should probably hit what?
That fucking button.
Okay. Chris and I want to thank you for listening or watching Meet Us in the Man Cave. Since you enjoyed watching us, make sure you want to tell all your friends about us subscribe today, and click on that notification bell. It's going to be helping you being reminded when our next episode is uploaded, or even possibly a live stream video. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, YouTube. You can listen or download to Meet Us in the Man Cave on your favorite podcasting app, available to stream or download so you can listen to us all you want, whenever you want. For more information, go to meetusinthemancave.podbean.com.